Tomas, Pavlik. I'm working on Technical University of Košice. We are running here EIT RawMaterials Regional Center Košice, and I will start with my presentation. I have no doubt that everyone in this community is highly aware of the importance of raw materials, but let me at least briefly highlight this sector at the beginning so that each of us can realize again what happened during the COVID crisis. Feel free to play your personal situation in your head. The borders of the countries have been closed from day to day. We couldn't travel anymore. Most of us have stopped going to work. Our children stopped going to work, to school and started learning from home. And we were also forced to work from home. Events, webinars, and conferences like this must be held remotely. How lucky we are to have the internet, computers, and smartphones, right? But like all of us here, we know that these devices and systems could not work without content of metals and raw materials. I put it short. No internet, no modern ways of, no modern means of communications, no modern current, no current means of transport, and we wouldn't have such resources as copper, aluminium, lithium, cobalt, and many others. By the way, did you know that 12 out of the 75 elements in a smartphone can be replaced? That's interesting fact, but also disturbing. On average, a person consumes up to 1.37 million kilograms of raw materials. This is the approximate weight of the 6 largest civil aircraft, Airbus A380. And can you imagine that weight? Also, with arguments as to why raw materials are important, I could go on and on. But the fact is that without raw materials, after the outbreak of COVID, we would simply be cut off from the world, from the civilization, and we would wait at home. Of course, we couldn't have homes as such, because in addition to steel structures, even the concrete and cement also contain metals. Let's pass it later. Okay. In fact, we probably wouldn't exist without raw materials either, because the core of our Earth needs iron and nickel. Otherwise, there would be no magnetic field. And in order for the ozone layer to hold together, magnetic field is essential. Our body contains about 3% of metals, raw materials like potassium, sodium, zinc, iron, and our brain needs magnesium to keep its attention. So I believe you have enough magnesium right now. So this is the question. So why the raw materials? Because without them, it would be literally a nightmare. However, we are lucky that all these are just hypothetical questions, and we have raw materials at our disposal. So who still doubts that raw materials needs to be mined? Raw materials are here, and all we have to do is to get them from Earth and use them for life in a sustainable way. That's important. With regard to social license to operate, these considerations lead me to the following possibilities. We must look for environmentally friendly ways, environmentally friendly ways of mining that will provide sufficient resources for our children and their children. And the second dimension is that of this environmental friendly mining is that we have to that this technological process must be environmentally friendly or eliminate the negative effects as much as possible with the principles of circular economy. At the same time, these technologies must be cost effective, because this is the basic motive of every business entity, but also of states and countries. And thirdly, we must seek substitution for existing resources that are already at risk, or for some reason Europe is unable to secure their self-sufficiency and must import then some raw materials from China, from United States and other countries. We need to work, from this reason, we need to work together to address these challenges. Through the EIT RawMaterials, the European Commission seeks to bring together the best experts from across Europe to address these complex issues. Our center, EIT RawMaterials Regional Center Košice, has also its regional network of the best in their fields. And these are universities, researchers, small and medium-sized companies, non-governmental organizations, and also individuals. Not everyone is focused mainly or primarily on mining. In this network, we have a mixture of entities that cover the entire value chain of raw materials, from product or service design through extraction to reuse and recycling. And of course, you can join this network. Any of you can join this network. Most of you certainly have a lot of ideas and projects that we'd like to solve. You just lack partners, finances, or other kind of support. The critical point of any collaboration is somehow to begin. As proof that it is possible and relatively simple, I will give you an example from my personal experience. I came to the Faculty of Mining Ecology, Process Control and Geotechnology at Technical University of Košice to work as PhD student in 2013 after working for the private sector for a few years. Around 2015, the dean of the faculty changed, and the new dean set the raw materials as a priority for the faculty. At the time, I didn't really know what he meant. However, our management saw potential in the EIT RawMaterials community, and I was to be an executive component component of what constitutes activity in this community. So we started working on project proposals for the EIT RawMaterials grant scheme. The management of the faculty worked on new contacts, and I worked to ensure that everything was formally secured. Everything was also new to us. We didn't know what some of the abbreviations meant, how exactly such grants are submitted, and so on. We started in the community in 2015, and already in 2016 we had the first projects approved. We also had to take projects that were not very beneficial for us, in a way, in a sense that it cost us more energy than we benefited. But it was very important that we proved to be a really able partner. Soon the offers to the project consortia began to come on their own. If you get through this phase, you will receive several invitations to a project consortia from other partners each year. To date, we have received 19 projects under EIT RawMaterials with a total funding of more than 1.3 million euros for our university alone. In addition, the Regional Hub Center Košice has been operating on our university since 2018, and all this happened in just 5 years. That's really not bad. Of course, these projects are not just about us. they are mainly about the involvement of a local community of partners who have not even heard of EIT RawMaterials before. For example, the MineTalk project, where EuroTalk company wanted to address an innovative mining technology and multi-layer backfilling. This company became involved in the project proposal, and only when the project was approved for funding, the company became a member of EIT RawMaterials, and this project received funding of almost 3 million euros. Or the INACT SDGs project. As part of the project, we are building a dynamic network composed of not individuals, but industrial partners, research, and consisted of academic local partners who can actively participate in the formation of raw material study programs, and all these in the countries of Eastern and Southeastern Europe. Similarly, in the DIM essay project, we involve our local industry partners to help shape the graduates they need for current and future industries. The last project I will mention is the Limbra project, where we are trying to prevent a brain drain. That means talented young people with the potential to start their own business in our region. We also managed to mediate a partnership for this project for the Technical University in Ostrava, who previously had no experience with EIT RawMaterials and now have an allocated budget and are active in the network for other project proposals. So how to get engaged? Just contact our center. We can mainly mediate cooperation in the areas of networking and matchmaking, in the area of educational activities, and in the area of business creation, like startups and other stuff. On our website, in the activities and partner form section, you can leave your information as well as basic description of your activity or your idea for cooperation. And after submitting the form, we will add you to our network, and we will contact you shortly to find a common intersection. And therefore, if we want to achieve the sustainability of raw materials extraction, we must work together. The future of global industry depends on a sustainable supply of raw materials, and this is an extremely important vision for the countries of Central, Eastern, and Southeastern Europe. So please share your ideas and make innovation happen. Thank you.